category management, so this term is not new, and it's been there for like 30 years, 30, 40 years. And you ask someone, each one would come up with their own definition, so to speak. So what is category management, and why do you think it is more important than ever now?
Thank you, Sakti. I appreciate the opportunity. So category management is a strategic approach to looking at the purchase of goods and services, right? And it's a holistic approach. And more than that, though, it's exciting because it's about understanding what's the future in this category. What don't we know now that we will learn about, right? That could transform how we consume this category. And what's going on in the business that will fundamentally change how we need or don't need this category. So it's much more than a procurement strategy. You're actually developing a business strategy. I find that to be incredibly exciting, and the participants who do this find it to be really valuable. It's an incredible career experience for people who are doing this.
Yeah, in fact, you had mentioned, during one of the previous conversations that category management allows the category manager to be the CEO of the category.
That's exactly right, because they have internal customers, they have external customers and stakeholders. They have to understand demand, they have to market. There's a huge amount of internal marketing going on. So you are the general manager of this space, and the skills you develop in this role will stand you well for the rest of your career, right? It's incredible.
And based on your experience, Erik, you have consulted with a lot of companies. So what percentage of companies actually do a category management? Any ballpark figure that you would like to share with us?
Well, that's a great question. A lot of people say they're doing category management and they're doing something slightly less.
Okay.
Maybe it's 50% of companies are doing something slightly less. Not that that's bad, right? Because you can do category management to the extent that the company and your stakeholders are going to be okay with that level of thinking, right? And so you might have to push in a bit to do that. But it's certainly less than half who think they are, and they're doing some pretty advanced strategic sourcing, which is, I don't mean to cast aspersions, it's not a bad thing to be doing, right? But it's not quite the same thing.
In fact, I was coming to that. There is a difference between category management and strategic sourcing. Am I right?
There absolutely is. Category management, there's typically within the scope, when we agree what's in the category and what's not in the category, within the scope of that category, you can ask any question, right? And we'll typically be into insourcing, outsourcing questions, pretty fundamental questions about the business. Should we be in this product or not? And that is a fundamental business question, right? Which will then be going to sponsors and senior leaders, versus strategic sourcing is typically more narrow and is, how do I sort this particular need? Again, nothing wrong with that. We have to do that to run the business, but it's a different level of investigation and thought.
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, so we touched upon briefly what is category management and the difference between category management and strategic